Hello Pokemon Go trainers, it's the Seahawks fan with another Go Battle League video. And in today's video, Morpeko is everywhere and people are bringing their counters. Starting off with a terrible lead to Claydol. That's just how it goes. We're going to get to the Sky Attack before they can debuff us with Rock Tomb. They're going to bring in Credilli. I mean, they've softened us up enough. They've debuffed us. We're not going to be able to shop and flip alignment, but that's fine. Is they're going to struggle to farm us down? Actually, we're just going to bring in more Morpeko because this is a much better matchup. I do shield. I do respect the damage of Rock Tomb. And I also have Seed Bomb, which can be very handy to go nuclear when we have the electric type Oriole into the ground types. To shield, I do not because I can survive. And unfortunately, I wasn't quick enough to click a move. I had the Dark Oriole. Fumbled that. Could have definitely gotten a shield. Does Superior have what it takes to take the win from here on out? Superior, I mean, this is a real good IV one. And it's definitely a beast. And in a pretty good Morpeko team alongside Talonflame, but we're using a different bird. And I did use that team, and it was fun. But Elo, I mean, it's a grind. We are going to not let our Frenzy Plant get caught onto the Credilli, and Claydol knew it was over. They had a beautiful lead, but beautiful lead is not always a win. We have Altaria, old school meta Altaria. Definitely not what it used to be, but it's still a pretty strong dragon. Relatively tanky dragon flying type. And with ground being pretty common, it's definitely nice. They full send the Dazzling Gleam, but at this point, I think, actually Sky Attack, I'm not sure if it's enough for the KO. They take the shield advantage. They're gonna be able to survive the Oriole, but they get kaboomed because I'm buffed. I do get to a parting move before I go down. And I have Corviknight to come in, which is a pretty nice answer. They can't two-shot me. And I want to be able to get rid of the debuffs by swapping. At this point, I think I can just bring in... Or I just decide to go for the move because at this point, they're low enough. And I do take the KO. We find a Toxapex in the back. This is not what I want to see. But let's see what happens. Frenzy Plant lands. And we are going to shield up Sludge Wave. That would have taken us out. Are they going to get to another move in time? Oh, kaboom! They go down after the Vine Whip farm down from the Frenzy Plant. And I do win Charge Attack Priority, so I definitely was going to win even if they shielded. Very nice. Very, very nice. Weather Ball into my Corviknight. I actually could have stayed in. I should have checked to see if it was Charm. Although I did not want to risk taking a huge amount of Charm damage. We're going to throw a move before we go down. Unfortunately, I could have thrown Sky Attack. But we do take the shield, so it's fine either way. 2 shield and Morpeko. Let's see what we can do. Dusknoir, while it is a ghost, does have dynamic punch coverage. So I gotta respect the damage. Can I Thundershock down? No, I cannot. So I just bring in Superior. The bulk of Superior can definitely put in some good... I mean, it can definitely... Yeah, the damage of Frenzy Plant. And with its bulk, it can put in some good work. Did they leave with a move? Maybe. We got energy on the Morpeko. We kaboomed the Lapras. Sparkling Area lands. We can farm them down. Do we get 1 turn lag for our opponent? They have a move loaded. Actually, is it going to be Psyshock, Weather Ball, Ninetales? No, it's Dazzling Gleam. They had the move to win, and the game worked properly. Okay, fair play. A win is deserved, just how it goes. Should check to see if it was Charm. Although I would not like to take that charm damage. This, I mean, yeah. Just how it goes. The full send nukes that as you will. We can one shield farm down now. We're boosted. Gastron comes in. Do they respect the damage? We are on dog type Warwheel. But kaboom! Get nuked. Get nuked, Gastrodon. That's why I have the Seed Bomb. You can also try Outrage, which, I mean, Outrage definitely could be nice. Maybe I'll have to try it out. We'll see. We're going to bring in Corviknight into the Togedemaru. Togedemaru is definitely a pretty nice Pokemon. Wild Charge is launched. And we're just going to Vine Whip down them with the Superior. I really like Corviknight in Great League. It's definitely a nice Pokemon. May have a little fast attack pressure, but it's not. It's a nice Pokemon. It's definitely a nice tank. Very handy to have a Steel Flying pairing with the mighty Morpeko. We got Dark Warwheel not resisted. We're gonna kaboom! Get huge damage. We're gonna actually bring in Corviknight. Get him over the Dugong. We can deal some pretty nice damage with the Iron Heads into the Dugong. Actually, it's pretty little. Pretty minimal. Let's see. We need to trust in the Superior to clean up that Marowak. You got 2 shields still. They're saving the shields for there. Marowak, I do barely get to the Seed Bomb. Definitely should have just swapped into the Superior. Is this going to cost me the game? They've gotten some good energy. Rock Slide, I mean, it's resisted, but let's see. Can we clean up the Marowak in time? Rock Slide number 2 lands. Are they going to let me get to the next Frenzy Plant? They're going to try and make a catch, but they do not make the catch. And we get to the Iron Head on the Corviknight. Can we get the Frenzy with the Superior? We have the Frenzy loaded, and we can say a goodbye. The Mudslapper does not take the win. Let's go. Next opponent, Dugong in the lead. Okay, Dugong getting absolutely wrecked in the lead. We're going to throw the Aura Wheel because why not? I mean, if they made a catch, that would have been amazing, but they were just throwing on the fast move on alignment. They do debuff me, so back to neutral. But with the Thundershock damage they've taken, they'd go kaboom. They're going to shield up again. Stay in. They're going to let me get to the next move. Back to neutral once again. Are they just totally core broken by Morpeko and being core broken? Definitely a terrible thing to do. Cloud's Eye comes in. I am I'm boosted. And kaboom, huge damage. I do not get to another move. That's unfortunate. But they are just met with the absolute toughest counters. Corviknight for their Cloud. Superior for their Feraligatr. I can survive an Ice Beam. Actually, if they had Shadow Gator, they win, I think. I think they do win if they had Shadow Gator. Could have gotten a bit of extra damage they needed. Let's go. Next opponent. Talonflame lead. Beautiful. But actually, they can 2-shield and win the lead. I mean, they'll have 0 shields, but they'll have Talonflame. Are they going to play out that scenario? Let's see. To shield, they do shield. But I did get a big amount of damage. I mean, odds are they don't have Flame Charge. I mean, Incinerate will do a lot of damage. But I know they're not going to have a heavy-hitting Fire-type move. Fire-type Charge attack that can do tons of damage. Now, we do still have a Steel and Grass type to deal with a Talonflame, but we're in a pretty good spot with the shields. I'm going to go for the Vine Whip farm down. Let's go. I get it. Huge. I try and hope for a 1-turn lag. Unfortunately, game works properly. Going to say goodbye super resisted Frenzy Plant enough damage, and we can get to a Frenzy Plant again with ease, and kaboom, huge damage into the Azumarill. They need 2 moves to take us out, and we just have the Iron Head to say goodbye. A very nice, up against Legend. I mean, at this point, people drop down in Elo. Carbink lead, okay, just how it goes. We got better answer in Superior and Corviknight. Let's see. They are going to go for Rock Slide. A decent amount of damage, okay. We're going to be launching another Iron Head. It's going to be shielded this time. It is definitely unfortunate. Iron Head's a legacy move. Needing Elite Charge Gem to get it. They have a second fairy. What is going to be door number 3? Oh, Frenzy Plant's going to put in some good work. Definitely, I'm going to be close to the KO. Can we farm them down with the shield? Do we have the bulk? They swift. We can throw it to the Aerial Ace to say goodbye. To the Wiggly. 2 fairies down. Surely no more fairies in the back. Actually, no. They still have the Carbink. Oh, no. Shadow, Alolan Ninetales. Kaboom. No, they hang on. Triple fairy team is just going to be too much. I actually should have stayed in that lead matchup. I'm annoyed. It's just how it goes, though. Shadow Marowak save swap with the Drifloon lead. Rock Slide is going to land into the Superior. We're going to be launching a Frenzy Plant, expecting the Drifloon to come back in, and it did. After letting the Marowak go down. What could be door number 3, though? We get to 2 Aerial Aces for the Drifloon, which is pretty nice. Morpeko is going to come in. I do shield because I feel like maybe it could be needed. And it's Blastoise in the back. This is actually a little awkward. Blastoise can definitely be tough. We're going to go for Oriole. Can we get to 1 more? Are they going to be at back-to-back moves? I am no master at the counts with the Blastoise, but oh no. Oh no, they're going to Hydro Cannon to say goodbye. I could have swapped out. That is bad. Can Corviknight clean up? It can be a little awkward. They have Ice Beam. They bring in the Drifloon. I go for the Iron Head. Do I have the bulk to hang on? I reach a Sky Attack. How much damage is this going to do into the Blastoise? It is going to be just enough so I can Saiyan attack down the Blastoise. Blastoise almost turned this battle around. But not enough power for it. Just barely, thankfully. Oriole is going to take the shield from Sableye, obviously. I hope I win Charge Jack priority. I mean, anything that comes in is not going to want to take boosted Oriole, but a Dark Oriole is not enough to say goodbye to a Azumarill, unfortunately. But they will get KO'd. And kaboom! Kaboom! Yeah, they will get KO'd. Goodbye, Azumarill. Clodseye comes in. I mean, they're going to have to shield, right? Right? No, they don't shield. Nice. That's amazing. I have the Seed Bomb. They did not respect the Seed Bomb. And huge damage. And now I can align Corviknight into Clod. Even with... They do have the Stone Edge. It's not going to be much damage. I have a shield. I'm going to not shield. Stone Edge. Haha, get wrecked. And they don't have what it takes to clean up my team. Let's go. Definitely a nice team. I mean, I really haven't climbed a lot of Elo with Go Battle Week. Not even with this team, but it can be fun. Let me know how you're doing in Go Battle League. Definitely tough time. But right now we have Corviknight into the Shadow Drapion. They're They're going to be getting to another move before we get to our first move. That's just how it goes. And I am an absolute silly goose. I want to throw the move. Is Shadow Drapion just going to school me? I don't respect energy generation, but I do say goodbye. I still have a shield. We have a shield piece. Primeape is going to come in. Okay, let's see. What can Superior do? They did get a bit of energy lead, but I only need 5 Vine Whips for an Aerial Ace. Can I get to 2 Aerial Aces in time? Got no shield. They're going to close combat. Ice Punch. Not enough to say goodbye. What a catch. I'm going to undercharge. I'm going to trust in the power of Morpeko. Are they going to have Brave Bird? They need Brave Bird to say goodbye. Air Cutter, not enough damage. We get to back Orioles. Morpeko putting in the work, saving the day. Goodbye, Pidgeot, and goodbye, Morpeko. Goodbye, Primeape. Morpeko says goodbye, and that's so GG. This is Mouse. This Pikachu clone is an absolute monster. It is truly a beast, a force to be reckoned with. Talonflame. They're going to have to shield. Very nice, very nice. And they're going to be throwing a move. Nice, nice, nice. I'll take this. I survive one more Incinerate. Gonna take the KO, actually. Very nice. And Primeape cannot provide Chop Down in time. Very nice, very nice. I go straight for Superior. If they swap out, then... I mean, they don't have any more Talonflame. They bring in Grumpig. Oh, Grumpig. Okay. Nice neutral Pokemon in the back. I do get to the Aerial Ace. I trust the bulk of my Corviknight. Gonna get farmed down. They're gonna get a good amount of extra energy. Puny amount of damage. If I can make a perfectly timed catch of Rage Fist into Morpeko, I'd be so set. But I actually just trust that they are not going to get to that 4th move in time. And they did not. Let's go. Get wrecked, Primeape. It is a beast, but doesn't always get the win. And Morpeko doesn't always get the win, but... Okay, yeah, terrible lead. Let's see, what can I do? What can I do in this scenario? Throw a Offensive Plant. It's not going to one-shot, but it'll be a nice amount of damage. A very nice amount of damage. Swift is going to be shielded. They're going to bring in Lapras. Going to go for the Frenzy Plant. Do they shield? They do not. And I just get to the Aerial Ace too late. Actually, I'm able to hang on from the Sparkling area. Let's go. Able to take the KO. Oh boy, this is awkward. Morpeko comes in. I don't respect the damage of Hydro Cannon. It's not enough to one-shot. Wigglytuff comes in. I think I took the charm damage. Is it going to be a way to close out this battle? I go straight for the Sky Attack. I'm capped on energy. Going to get to the next Sky Attack. Are they going to shield? Is there any way I can get into the Seed Bomb? No, I cannot. I took that charm before I swapped out from the Wigglytuff matchup. Can I get one more move? No, I cannot. I need a perfectly timed catch with Morpeko to win. Just how it goes. Terrible leads. Terrible for a reason. Another Wigglytuff lead. Okay, this one has to go better, right? Gonna be able to launch the Frenzy Plant. Does it land, though? It does land. Nice. That's promising. Gonna go for another one because they let me get to it in time. They're not gonna shield that one. Okay, I don't mind this. I don't mind letting Superior go, although Superior is a beast. Gonna start the switch clock because I need to just be able to switch when they switch. Stay in with the Wiggly. They bring in the Cloud's Eye. Cloud's Eye is met with its worst nightmare, Corviknight. And I'm an absolute silly goose. Did I totally fumble this battle? Are they just super strong into Morpeko? What am I doing? I go for the C-Bomb because I hope they know shield. And then Dog type will wield the same amount of energy, but I can boost my attack. Actually going to no shield, hope for not a earthquake. It is not the earthquake. Let's go. There's hope. Are they in range? Yes, they are in range. They go down. I bring in the Corviknight. Are they going to debuff me or Swift Chip? Okay, Pelipper. I should just stayed in. This battle's be so much easier with healthy Morpeko into Pelipper. I should just stayed in. What was I doing? I was not thinking correctly. I do get to 2 Sky Attacks with Corviknight though. I'm doing like no chip damage, but Sky Attack puts in the good work. They won't have what it takes to clean up the Pelipper. They're going to get to 2 Weather Balls in time for the shield and KO. Can we take down the Pelipper? Sand attack resisted, but farms them down. And we take the win. Let's go. Huge win. Huge win. Morpeko lead into Galarian Weezing. The G Weezing. It is a very strong fairy type. They gotta respect the damage of that Aura Wheel. They're fairies, so they're gonna take resisted Aura Wheel from the next one. They go for Brutal Swing, so they can just pace to the next move in time. Gonna sacrifice some Morpeko, trust in the superior cleaning out the back line. Ironhead Kabooms, are they ready to deal with the Corviknight? They are not. I hope you enjoyed the videos. The battles. Morpeko is beast. I do have other videos on it. Definitely a very fun and powerful Pokemon. But there are answers, fairies, Meltappers. Yeah, a lot of fast attack pressure Pokemon. Kind of important to have shields. Thanks for watching and goodbye.